We're live. What's going on? My name is Jason, and I'm here today to give you the sauce when it comes to trading, the strategy, the method, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to do it all while being as smooth as possible. So I hope you're ready. Buckle up and let's get into it. When you get into trading, you're probably getting into it at first because you're gambling. 90% of people who get into this just do it because they've heard you can make money. I'd say that's partially true. But the way it works is you have to figure it out before you start making the type of money that you're thinking. Now, when it comes to making money and being successful with trading, you gotta get a strategy. And the one that I use is called trend lines. It's very simple. It's actually easy. Easier than you could ever imagine. You don't have to know anything crazy. You don't have to know any math. You don't have to know any Fibonacci scale. You don't have to know anything crazy at all whatsoever. When you find a strategy that you like, you pick one and you do not, and I repeat, you do not change. That's it. That's all you do. You do the one that you like and you master it, because at the end of the day, it's the only way that you're going to actually get profitable with this. So, let's take a look at the charts. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's get into this. Put me up in the top. Just like that. Perfect. Now, I want to zoom out, and I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to look at this on a bigger scale. It looks crazy. I know. You're probably looking at me like, what? I thought you said this was easy. Trust me, it is. It looks like a laser show. It's kind of what it is. But trust me, it's not hard to get to this point. We're going to start from the very beginning. I'm going to lay it all out for you guys, step by step. Don't even worry about it. I'm here to take care of you. I'm here to lead you to the path of success. I am here to be the one and the only person in your corner. If you don't have anybody else, don't worry. You got me. Believe that. So we're looking at Bitcoin right now. That's what I trade. I'm a crypto trader, and that's it. I don't mess with any of the other stuff. I don't even worry about it. Does not matter to me because I trade this and this only. But the best part is, you don't have to trade this. You could trade anything. Bitcoin is what I trade. If you want to trade stocks, go ahead. If you want to trade Forex, go ahead. If you want to trade futures, go ahead. And of course, if you want to trade crypto, welcome aboard. It's a bumpy road, but you're going to make a lot of money eventually. Not right off the bat. Just want to preface that. With any strategy, you will not make money off the bat. Now that we've gotten that all out of the way, let's get into this. First and foremost, I just want to say, I am not a financial advisor. This is just my strategy. I'm showing you guys what I do, how I do it. And if you want to take notes, write some stuff down, be my guest, you're more than welcome to. So, anytime you get into trend lines and you want to start analyzing the chart, the first thing you got to do is you have to go to your intervals and you have to select these specific time frames. These are the most important ones that I use in my top-down analysis. Now, the top-down analysis, we're going to get into that. But make sure that you have the 15-minute, the 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month intervals selected. Once you end up in that position, you're going to go ahead and on the side, you're going to click this little arrow, and you are going to click the Ray tool. The Ray tool, you are going to start at the very bottom of the chart. Not the beginning, but the lowest point that you see on the chart. So, it just happens to be the beginning in this example. And we're going to go ahead and click right here. Then we're going to move to the next lowest point on the chart, without crossing any part of it. So notice how. If I was to go right here, I cannot put this line because it crosses through the chart. So instead, I have to put the line all the way up here, and it does not cross through any parts of the chart at all. Now, we cannot put any more lines on this chart without crossing through it. So that's how you know it is time to move to the 1 week candlesticks. Now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing. Start with the ray at the highest point you see, and then go down. Notice how if I was to put it right here, I cannot put the line here because it crosses through the chart. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. This is the next lowest point that we can put without crossing through the chart. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, we're going to change the color. Not on this top one, but on this bottom one. I like to color code them because think of it like this. The green lines are holding up the chart, pushing it up, right? The red lines are keeping the chart down, holding it down. It's just easier on the eyes. It makes a lot more sense. To me, at least when I'm looking at it, I like to do it like this. If you're a maniac, you can keep them all the same color. That's up to you. Now, again, we're looking at the chart. We cannot put any more lines without intersecting, so we know it's time to move on to the next one down, being the 1 day in this example. Now notice how when we go to the 1 day, candlestick starts poking through a little bit, so we do a slight adjustment, put it right there, boom, easy fix. We can even go to the top, check it out a little bit, right? If it's not perfect, not where you like it, you can adjust it just like that. No problem whatsoever. Now, we zoom out, we go to the bottom of the chart, same exact thing. If you wanted to, let's just say for this point right here, if it was poking through just a tad, you can adjust it. You're gonna have to do this along the way. It's completely normal. And as we look at it, we realize there's not a crazy amount of stuff going on, but we can put another trend line from this point right here. Now you want to connect it from the last point that was touching the line. That's going to be your new starting point for this line. And then again, you can't put it right here because that cuts right through the chart, but instead you put it right here. This is going to be your next trend line. And just like so, if you need to make your small adjustments, go ahead, tweak it, do what you have to do. No problem. Now, every trend line that you put is going to connect to the previous trend line. The last point that the previous one touched is going to be the beginning of your next trend line. And you get to do this throughout the entire chart. And this is the trend line strategy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you. We can't put any more. Well, we can put one more. And we're going to go ahead and start it at the bottom of this. And again, we're going to put it right there, just like that. Now, we can go ahead and zoom in, take a deeper look at it, and once again, we can actually adjust just slightly, just like that. Nothing too crazy. We can go back, whoa. We can go back here, and again, adjust our lines, make sure that they are as accurate as possible when looking at the chart. Now, you don't need to use the magnet tool, okay? I'm just doing this by hand, me, myself, and I'm adjusting these. They don't have to be completely perfect. Just make sure that you're using the wicks or the bodies or whatever the lowest point is to mark out your trend lines. Just like that. Awesome. Now, once again, we're going to go ahead, use our ray tool. Start at this last point that we have touched, and then go to the next lowest point without crossing through. Now notice right here, the wick is being crossed through, so we cannot put that where it is. We're going to have to move on to the next one. Even though it's slight, we still have to do it. We cannot cross through any part of the chart. As we look at the top part, we're still at a point where there is no red trend lines that we can put on it. So you're looking at this, you're saying, okay, looks pretty good. You're ready to move down to the 1 hour. Now you go down to the 1 hour. This is where you see a little more data. Now we can go ahead and put in our next trend line. And you continue to do this, so on and so forth. As you keep going, you can even put one more right here, just like so. Bada bing, bada boom. 30-minute, take a look at it, looks good. 15-minute, take a look at it, maybe you want to make an adjustment. Put this right here. Boom. Just like that. Now, as we go back, we just double check, we make sure that everything is looking good. We can slightly adjust these. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Boom. And as we put this here, just like that, we can even go back, make sure our other trend lines look good. I like to do this just so I know that everything is exactly where I want it to be. See, this one's floating a little bit. Don't want it to be floating. Not a good look, right? You can actually see too. It needs to go back to this one. And now you have a true and accurate trend line. So you're looking at the chart and you're like, okay, I've got it all marked out. Looks like a rave. We got a laser show going on right now. Okay? Then you go up to the top and you see, okay, well, we can even put one more downtrend line. Something like that. Right? Make it red. Then we adjust our top one. Okay. And perfect. So you're looking at this chart. You're saying, all right, I've got it all marked out. Now, what do I do? Well, it's actually pretty simple. All you're going to do is you're going to wait for a break. One of this red line is going to break. One of the green lines is going to break. But all you're doing is you're just waiting for that break to happen. So when the candle closes above or below whichever line that it decides to break, that's how you know it's time to enter. Now, when that does happen, you enter your trade. You could do one of two things. You could ride it, put a take profit on the next line, whether it be up or whether it be down, does not matter. You could put a take profit there, and that's it. Or you could do what I like to do, and you could put a safety line. Let's just say, hypothetically, this candle that we see starting to break the red line, maybe it just has some crazy momentum. It just decides to shoot all the way up here. It's just going, right? We get to this point, we're looking good, we're happy, we're profitable, but we don't want to wait for it to end up touching this green line or breaking that. We don't want to lose all of our profits. So instead, we can add a steeper trend line. Once we enter our trade, we could say, okay, starts here, we have a touch point here, and we're going to ride this upward momentum until we see another break. So if it touches this, then we see some rejection, and then we get down here. Now that it's crossed through, this would be the indicator, get out of the trade. It's likely to go down. It's no longer on this strong upward momentum. So this is how you can use safety lines as an advantage to profit more from each trade. Now, every single trade, you're gonna want to have a stop loss. The way that I would do it in this example, using this, right, candles are going super steep, you enter right here on this break, candle closes above it, it's all looking good, it's glorious at this point. Well, for your stop loss, I always like to just put it at the worst case scenario. So I go to the bottom, the lowest point that I see nearest. I wouldn't go all the way down here, that's risking too much. There's no need for you to even stay in a trade that long. But if you were to go to this point right here and go give it a little bit of wiggle room, just a tad, I would put my stop loss right around 93,800. So right around this area right here is where your stop loss is going to be. If price was to break this green line, you should take it out. But let's just say you weren't able to watch the trade. You just weren't able to. This stop loss, think of it as a fire extinguisher. It will put out the fire, prevent you from losing more than you have to. So right now, with us being in a trade at 95,300 pretty much, if price was to dip down and go all the way down to 93,800, where our stop loss is, we would automatically be pulled out of the trade. I wouldn't recommend staying in the trade and letting it hit the stop loss. Like I said, if it was to break this line, if you just happen to be in it, you didn't put the safety line, maybe you get greedy, you're having discipline issues, by the time it breaks this green trend line that we're looking at right here, you need to pull out. If it's anywhere below this trend line, you need to take that trade out before it even gets to your stop loss. But the stop loss just allows you to have that wiggle room and that just in case, very worst case scenario. And that is the trend line strategy. That's how you do it, how you would play it in action, how you can become profitable by mastering this specific skill. Anybody can do it. It is as easy as they come. So if you think that you can do this, let me know in the comments. If you think that you've seen a strategy that's better than this, let me know in the comments. If you are somebody who has just started their day trading journey, I want to see you successful. Let me know. Any comments, concerns, questions, anything that you got. Remember, go ahead, give this a like. My name is Jason. I appreciate you if you made it this far in the video. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Stay safe out there. I'll catch you in the next one.